Good morning everyone and welcome to a new video on the channel. It is Sunday the 4th of February 2024 and today we're heading to the derby that isn't a derby. It is of course Middlesbrough versus Sunderland in the Championship, but whether you see it as a derby or not, one thing that can't be ignored is that it is a massive game for both sides in the race for the playoffs. So let's get into this and let's head on into the Boro. So, just walking down to the Riverside at the minute, going into this game this afternoon. Middlesbrough currently in 12th place in the Championship table, and it is a consistency issue above all else for them at the minute, and I think they probably need to win this game more than Sunderland do, because I think if they don't, then it could well leave them with possibly a bit too much to do in terms of the playoff race in the Championship. But speaking of Sunderland, they are currently in 9th place in the table, and it's a bit of a weird situation at Sunderland at the minute, because yeah, they are right up there, they are within arm's length of the playoffs, but a lot of their fans are not happy with the appointment of Michael Beale. But I think if they can get a good result this afternoon, then that he could possibly turn a few heads within their fans and get them a bit more on his side. But I think if they get beat, then it'll probably just make that whole situation even more toxic, to tell you the truth. So as I said in my intro, whether you think it is a derby, not a derby, it's a huge game for both sides, and both could do with the points for different reasons. As I've said, I think if it is to be a draw in this game, I think that would maybe suit Sunderland a little bit better. But of course, Boro won at the Stadium of Light 4-0 in October, so Sunderland will be wanting to get their own back for that. Obviously Boro will want to go and complete the double, so it's going to be a really intriguing game this afternoon. Got to say, I'm looking forward to it. I did enjoy it last year when I went to the Stadium of Light. It'll be interesting to see what it's like at the Riverside. As we say, some people think it's a derby, some people think otherwise. I think obviously with Sunderland, it's like their main focus is their rivalry with Newcastle, but I think in all fairness, I think you'd probably have to say Boro fans probably have more of a dislike towards Newcastle than what they do towards Sunderland. So maybe Newcastle are a bit of a common enemy for both fan bases. I mean, obviously Newcastle fans probably want Boro to win because they'll see it as the lesser of the two evils, but yeah, all the same, it is a huge game. It's a sellout, so hopefully another good atmosphere like it was when we was there against Chelsea the other week in the first leg of that semi-final, which the video for which was temporarily taken down because another scam company got to it, but thankfully I won my appeal once again. Hopefully this one stays up for good, but anyway, let's head on down to the Riverside Stadium and find out how it all unfolds. Well, I've just gone through the turnstile and Sunderland fans are arriving. So the team's warming up, Boro getting ready in the far half. They're going to be in their usual all red this afternoon, and Sunderland getting ready here. I think obviously going to be in a change strip. It looks like quite a luminous green type colour. Anyway, we'll find out for sure when the players are coming out of the tunnel and ready to start the match.
chance.
Half-time, Middlesbrough 0, Sunderland 0. It certainly hasn't been a lack of chances or anything like that. I mean, I can't quite believe that Sunderland didn't score just then when it was cleared off the line. But then again, Boro have had plenty of chances of their own. But on a personal level, it has to be said that the goals have definitely dried up for me a little bit of late. I mean, it's not been a bad game as such. I mean, there has been plenty of attacking intent. Plenty of chances either way, so hopefully one way or the other the goal will come in the second half. Of course, I'm just a neutral at this game, but I think it's been a decent enough atmosphere and all that so far. Let's just hope that, as I say, that before long there is a goal or two to go with it. 6 minutes of added time at the end of this game.
6 minutes of added time.
There's a time for one last attack. No. Full-time Middlesbrough 1, Sunderland 1. I've got to say I'm baffled by that. Can't believe Boro have thrown that one away. They were in so much control at that second half. Like, Sunderland just looked as though they had absolutely nothing about them really, and yet like the Boro have just totally switched off. I mean, yes, the goalkeeper should have done better with the shot, but the defence have really not covered themselves in glory there. I mean, that is some of the worst defending I've seen from any team at any level all season. It was exceptionally poor, and it's such basic stuff as well that's cost Boro all 3 points there. I mean, you could tell start the second half Sunderland were starting to sit in a little bit, maybe hoping that they could get away with a goalless draw. Then Boro eventually managed to break them down, and you're thinking from there that Boro probably would maybe just sit out at 1-0 or maybe add another for good measure, but as I said, yeah, they totally capitulated towards the end of the game. Sunderland getting way too soft an equaliser for my liking, and from there Boro just like totally capitulated and were really at that point hanging on just to make sure that they didn't lose the game. I think in terms of the final result, I think it's the draw is the better outcome for Sunderland than what it is for Boro. I think both in terms of the way the table stood before the game anyway, and the fact that, as we say, Boro really ought to have got the game won, but haven't been able to make it count. And I think for them now, they've left themselves with a hell of a lot to do in terms of like being able to get in the playoffs and what have you. I think even at this stage, there's still quite a lot of like permutations and what have you that they have to rely on. I mean, it's still doable for them. The landscape of leagues and what have you can change very quickly and at any given time, but yeah, they've got to learn something from that today, because as I've touched upon a couple of times, they should have seen it out, and ultimately they failed in doing that. But it was a good atmosphere, and I've got to say I did enjoy all that sort of side of it. I thought it was, I mean, the stands, when a bit of the stand that I was in was pretty much shaking when Boro got themselves 1-0 up, and yeah, fair play to the fans and all that today. But as I say, in terms of the game, if I was a Boro fan, I'd be extremely disappointed at not winning that game. If I was a Sunderland fan, I mean, it's only maybe now that I have watched them under Beale that I can maybe see where the fans are coming from, because for the majority of that they were very uninspiring, I've got to say. But lo and behold, I think in many respects they've possibly got what they came for. I mean, you might disagree with me on that, and they might see it as maybe 2 points dropped. I mean, Boro definitely will, but yeah, it is what it is. In my personal opinion, I think Boro threw it away, and that's the absolute cut and dry of it. But that is that for this video, and I'll be back on Tuesday night with Gateshead versus Eastleigh. So a really big win for the Heeds at Roots Hall yesterday. Can we back it up with a big win at the International Stadium? Check back Tuesday night to find out. But until then, take care, cheers for watching, see you later.